right?
Namaste everyone, and happy Bogi and Sankranti to those who celebrate. My name is Manasa Devi Pisipati, and I'm a member of Akshayam, which is a team of Hindu young professionals of the Hindu Temple Society of North America. This was established in 2016, and we volunteer at the temple to preserve Hindu tradition and customs, and we engage in discussions and aim to build a legacy for future generations. Akshayam organizes monthly discussions as part of the Unique Learning Series. This is our 63rd session, and we now invite today's guest speaker, Shiva Sri Ravi Vaidyanaat Sivachariar, the Director of Religious Affairs at the Temple. Sivachariarji, may I request you to please render a prayer before we commence the session?
Yeah, thank you. Om Sadha Shiva Samarambham Sri Kantacharya Madhyamam Asmad Acharya Paryantam Vandhe Guru Paramparam Kripa Samudram Sumukam Trinetram Jatadharam Parvati Vamabhagam Sada Shivam Rudramanantarupam Chidambaresam Hriti Bhavayami Anadyantyamadyam Param Tattvamartam Chidakaramekam Turiyam Tvameyam Haribrahma Mrigyam Parabrahma Rupam Manovagatitam Mahashaiva Mide Rihi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you. Today's topic is the fourth among a multi-part session on various climate-related topics, and we will discuss the spiritual, philosophical, and culturally relevant jnana or knowledge. This will prepare us to lead a mindful and successful life. We will contemplate on today's topic the significance of Mãrgašira and Pushya Masam from a Hindu Vedic perspective. Our guest speaker will elaborately reveal the significance of the present climate season, the pre-winter or Hemanta Ritu. He will discuss how the natural elements such as earth, water, fire, air, and space have to be respected, and also the importance of protecting all living entities, including animals, birds, plants, and trees. If viewers would like to get more information on this subject, they may post their questions in the comment section. We hope to gain knowledge on ways of invoking the divine grace for happy and peaceful living. And if anyone misses this live session, they're able to view it later through the temple's YouTube or Facebook page. Now let us begin the session. So for our first question, could you please explain how the climate seasons are described in the Hindu faith system?
Yeah. Thank you, Manasa, for good introduction. The climate season reminds us on the change in the law of nature and its progress. As per the Hindu almanac and our Hindu religious calendar system, normally a year is divided into 6 seasons of 2 calendar month duration each. So these 6 seasons starts with Chaitra Masa, which is the first month in Hindu calendar system. So as I told you, each season is spread across 2 months. So that means the first Ritu is called as Vasanta Ritu, the first season, which is called as spring season in English, and it will spread across Chaitra and Vaishakha. So like that, the next 2 months will be called as Grishma Ritu or summer season. The following 2 months, which are monsoon and rainy season, are called as Varsha Ritu. And again, it's followed by Sharad Ritu, which will be an autumn or a fall season. Then the current one is known as Hemanta Ritu, which are pre-winter. And finally, the last 2 months in the Hindu calendar is called as Shishira Ritu, which is the due time or actual winter time. So the current season, Hemanta Ritu, as I said, it is spread across 2 months, which is called as Mãrgašira or Pushya. This Mãrgašira is also referred as Mãrgaširisham or Margari, or similarly the Pushya month is also known as Pushyami or Thai month, like that, under lunar system, calendar system, based on the star constellation which is found closer to the moon on the Purnima day of these months. Whereas in the solar calendar system, it is referred, the same Hemanta Ritu, the current Ritu, how we call it as a Mãrgašira and Pushya, whereas in solar system, it is called as Dhanur Masa, Makara Masa. Because the sun stays in Dhanur Rashi for a month and then followed with it will stay in Makara Rashi for about 30 days. So this is the Hemanta Ritu spread across 2 months. That's how it is described in our Vedic system. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving us this idea of the ritus or seasons. So could you please describe what signifies the current Hemanta Ritu or pre-winter season?
Yeah, very good. See, for the fruitful benefit and welfare of all living entities, our Agama Shastra reveals various kinds of kriyas the kriyas or the performances to be done month on month. Similarly, our Dharma Shastra also recommends observation of certain festivals and certain events which will be based on the climatic season of that particular month or ritu, and also based on the occurrences of the natural phenomena. Obviously, this kriyas, whatever we are going to discuss, is over and above our daily routines. Whatever we observe every day across all the year, like we used to perform like Nitya Anushtana or Nitya Pujas or Nitya Karmas. Over and above, there are specified kriyas which we are supposed to perform. Now, let us contemplate on the name of Hemanta Ritu, which is what you want first before going to significance. So, what does the Veda talk about Hemanta Ritu? So, I could give a reference from Yajurveda, the 10th Adhyaya and 14th Mantra Sankhya. So, it says, Urdhvam Aroha Panktihi Tva Avatu Shankvararai Vate Samani Tri Nava Trayastrigumsho Somo Hemanta Shishiro Rutu. So actually it talks about both Hemanta Ritu and the followed by Shishir Ritu. Because Hemanta Ritu is pre-winter and Shishir Ritu is the actual winter. So both are together described in this particular verse from the Yajurveda. What it actually means is, it says the Hemanta Ritu is a golden time. This Ritu is considered as a golden time for what? To concentrate our mind, to improve our knowledge, and also to acquire various skills through a guru, and also by attending a lot of satsangs, and then gain popularity in the rest of the life, of course, to live happily. So that is the description of this particular Vedic text. Now let us look at the literature aspect. The Sanskrit literature, the root word for Hemanta, of course, Rutu means everyone knows it is a time period. And Hemanta, the root word for that is Heman. Even though already I said, no, the Veda says Heman means it is a gold. It's a golden time. Ritu is time, Hemanta is gold. So Hemanta Ritu is supposed to be the golden period for us. Whereas as per the literature, it has several other meanings. The root word Heman has got different meaning. One of the core meaning for Heman is snow. That's what's happening nowadays. Now this is the season. It's a pre-winter. That means we started seeing the snow. We are not seeing the full snow, which will be in the next Ritu. In the Shishir Ritu, it's going to be full of snow, but the snow has already started now. So Heman means it's a snow. Apart from, it also refers to coldness, chillness, and also chill water, apart from the gold. So that means that is one of the reason this season is called as Hemanta Ritu. Also, people used to refer this kesar flower. You know, the kesar is used in food item, and it is very, very precious item, food products, which grows only in the snow area. So that is why even the kesar is referred to be as a hemant. Hemant also refers to Kesar. Hemant also refers to snow or coldness or chillness. It also refers to gold, as per the Sanskrit literature. So that is why Hemanta Ritu is got its name because of the climatic season which is cold from this time. That is one other thing. Of course, as I told you, Ritu means the time period. So that is why the way Rigveda, Ajurveda says it is the golden time. So Hemanta Ritu is a golden time, and also Hemanta Ritu is a snow time. Now that is one of the reason you see the name Himalaya derived from this word, root word, because Heman means cold or snow, and the Himalaya is full of snow, is it not? So that is why Himalaya mountain is full of snow. The name root word is taken from this word Heman. Now, during the Hemant Ritu or the pre-winter season, considering the nature's behavioral pattern, our Shastras have derived observation of certain rituals over and above our Nitya Karmas. And then it has also, the Dharma Shastra has prescribed a lot of events and festival observation to seek the divine blessings, universal welfare, health, wealth, and peace. As as Yajurveda says, it is a golden time to concentrate our mind and enhance our skill set and knowledge. Okay, that's about the signification of Hemanta Ritu. Thank you, Manasa.
Thank you for that. So, what are some of the recommendations of our Shastras on observation of festivals or rituals during this Hemanta Ritu season?
Okay, is another good question. See, Hemanta Ritu is a season, golden season or a snow season, whatever it is. As I told you, every Ritu comprises of 2 months. So I have to explain you the observation of festival and rituals which spans across 2 months. What are the 2 months here? One is Mãrgašira, another is Pushya. Let us first take Mãrgašira. So Mãrgašira is also, as I told you, referred as Mãrgaširisham or Margari. The name again, like how Hemanta, here the Margari or Mãrgašira or the Mãrgaširisham is derived from the star constellation Mrgasirisha. You know, Mrgasirisha is one of the name of the star constellation. Why this name is chosen? Because in this month, on the Purnima day, you will see Mrgasirisha star constellation very closer to the moon. So that is why every month, for example, like in Chitra Purnima, the Chitra Nakshatra used to be closer to the moon. Like that, every month takes the name of the star. Similarly, Mãrgašira or Mãrgasirisha takes the name from the star constellation which appears on the Purnima day. But one more beauty of this Mãrgašira is you will also find Ardra Nakshatra, Ardra star, which is another constellation of moon, of star, which is also seen closer to the moon. Of course, both Mrgashira and Ardra has got, when I say constellation, it's a group of stars. And if the Mãrgašira has got about, I think it's somewhere around 10, around 12 dozen stars together forms Mrgashirisha constellation. Similarly, Ardra is about 20 plus a star constellation put together. So both are seen. That is why you will see in this month lot of stars closer to the moon. So what are the two star? One is Mrgashirisha, another is Ardra. Both are seen closer to the moon, but we can only choose one name. No, that is why Mrgashirisha is chosen. But however, Ardra is also important in this month. So whereas this is whatever I told you is based on the lunar calendar system. What solar calendar talk about is Mrgashirisha. So under the solar calendar system, it is referred as Dhanurmasa or Dhanush. Dhanush is a zodiac sign. So the Dhanu Rashi is called as Sagittarius in the English. Okay. Now let us also see what is the meaning of the Dhanush. All of us know, no? Dhanush means, like we have heard about in Ramayana, like Indra Dhanush. Okay, like there are various Dhanush which is used. So Dhanush means it is part of a bow and arrow. So basically, Dhanush is a bow. Why the bow is used here? Because the movement of the sun during Dakshinayana period, because now we are into Dakshinayana period. So in the solar circulation, you will see in 1 year for us, 12 months for us, whereas the sun goes, even though the sun rises always in the eastern direction, what we perceive. When the sun rises in the morning, but it is not from the same point of rays, doesn't come in the same place. Every day is keep changing. So like that, for the first 6 months, from the Chaitra, 6 months, the sun will apparently seen moving in the Dakshinayana direction from Ashada Masa. From Ashada to Mãrgašira, it is 6 months. It is called as Dakshinayana period, which is equivalent to a night time for the Devas. Whereas from the next month, which is also the second month of Hemanta Rutu, which is Pushya Masa, you will find sun moving towards north, which is called as Uttarayana. So in this Hemanta Rutu, you will find towards the end of Mãrgašira, the sun coming from south, from the north, traveling towards south, and from Uttarayana, it started traveling, journey will be towards north. So in this month, it will be like a bow. In Mãrgašira, it is down, and in Makara or in Pushya Masa, it is up. So that is why another reason it is called as Dhanush, means it is like a semicircular way. Okay, so during this month only the Dakshinayanam happens. From there, it's turnover to Uttarayana. That is one of the reason it is this name is given to this month. Mãrgašira is given a Dhanur run. Moreover, the sun also stays in Dhanur Rasi for about 30 days in this zodiac sign. Now, who is the Lord of Dhanur Rashi? We have to see. It is Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the Lord of Dhanur Rashi. That is why in this Dhanur Masa, you will find Lord Vishnu is prayed much on the day called Vaikunta Ekadasi. So Vaikunta Ekadasi is, of course, every month Ekadasi comes. Shukla Ekadasi and Krishna Ekadasi. Every month it is given a particular, but this particular month, it is said, it is called as Vaikunta Ekadasi because it is believed that the door for heaven is kept open. So whoever get moksha in this month is said to directly reach the heaven, the Swarga. So that is why this month, the prayer to Vishnu, it is called as Ekadasi day, is called as Vaikunta Ekadasi. Similarly, if you look at the Siva side, I told in Mãrgašira, you got both Ardra and Mṛgasirisha, both are very closer to the moon. And for Lord Shiva, you will find Ardra Nakshatra is very closer to or favorable to Lord Shiva. Like how Dhanur Rashi favorable to Vishnu, and here it is Ardra Nakshatra for Shiva. Hence, people pray to Lord Shiva in a dancing form. I'll explain why it is in dancing form little later, but Shiva is prayed in a dancing form on this day of Ardra Nakshatra day, which is also called as Ardra Darshanam, which also happens in this Dhanur Masa or Mãrgašira Masa. Moreover, you will also know, when I told Hemanta, meaning for Hemanta, it is a snow period, is it not? And Himalaya is in the place which is very snow. And Lord Shiva, it's said to be seated on the top of Everest mountain or the Himalayan mountain, which is full of snow. That is another reason we do pray Lord Shiva in the Himalayan mountain. So that's on the bright significance. Now let me go a little deeper into Agama Shastra. What does Agama Shastra says? As I told, like over and above the Nitya Pujas, Naimitika Pujas, you have to do special puja during the Ritu. Agama Shastra says in its Dhanur Masa Ushakkala Puja Patala, which talks about Ushakkala Shivarchanam, it says. So we will also talk about why Ushakkala. It's meaning that one has to perform Shiva Puja every day in this month, early morning, to acquire all knowledge and skill. That is what we said. No, Yajurveda said the same thing. Agama Shastra also says you have to get up early in the morning. And if one could refer to Bhagavad Gita, also talks about the Mãrgašira Masa. Now, if you refer to Bhagavad Gita chapter 35, and where Lord Krishna says that among the hymns in the Samaveda know me to be Brihat Sama. And similarly, among the poetic meters, the Chandas, I am Gayatri. And out of 12 months, Lord Krishna says, I am Mãrgašira. Similarly, of the sixth season, I am spring season, which brings forth flowers. So if I read you the verse, actual Bhagavad Gita verse of in chapter 10, verse number 35, it says, Brihat Sama Tata Samnam. So Brihat Sama. Among Samaveda, I am Brihat Sama. Gayatri Chanda Samaham. So he is the among the various mantras, he is poetic meter, the Chandas, he is Gayatri. Similarly, Masanam Margasirisho Aham. So among the 12 months, I am Margasirisha. Similarly, Rutu Nam Kusumakaraha. Among the various season, I am spring season. Like that is it. So that means we know even from Bhagavad Gita, Margasirisha is very important month for us to gain knowledge and skill set and attend satsang and gain more knowledge on the divinities. So again, if you look at both Saiva and Vaishnava side, what happens is one could see all the Vaishnavites offers prayer, special prayer to Vishnu in this month. Similarly, Shaivites also. Let us give you one example of this and then go to the next question. So, in South India specifically, you will find Tiruvambavai are being chanted in Shiva temple and Tirupavai in all Vishnu shrines are chanted that in early morning on all 30 days or 31 days in the Margashirisha Masa. There is one more scientific reason for it also, which was recently revealed, that it is believed that ozone layer is said to be much, much, much closer to the earth in this particular month. And it is, if you go and breathe in the open air, that in the early morning with a very cool atmospheric air, it will be very conducive for maintaining our mental and physical stability. That's one of the reason this Margasirisha or Dhanurmasa, people engage themselves in the spiritual sadhana at the early morning. Similarly, as I told you earlier, there are 6 months is Dakshinayana, another 6 months is Uttarayana. So 6 month Dakshinayana is called as dark part of the day. Uttarayana is a bright part of the day. When that is the case, Dhanurmasa is end of night time and beginning of the morning time. So that means that is called as Muhurta. We call it as what? Brahma Muhurta time. The early morning time is called as Brahma Muhurta. So in this month, everyone should get up early in the morning and pray either Siva, or Vishnu, whatever it is. Similarly, let me give one more example of what is done in the Kerala states. For example, they call it as Margadi Tiruvadhira Day or Ardra Nakshatra Day. In Kerala tradition, they worship Lord Shiva with dance offering. And it is referred as Tiruvadhira Kali or Kaikotti Kali dance. This custom is popularly known as Padri Poochudal, which involves usage of 10 different variety of auspicious flowers. There are 10 different flowers are used. It is called as Dasha Pushpam. Each of those signifying the worship of certain deities according to the expected blessing. So what they do is they offer one particular flower to Lord Sun or Surya for health. Then another flower is used for Lord Vishnu for peacefulness. And another flower, they use a different flower, each different variety of flower. One more variety of flower to Lord Shiva to destroy the sin. And Parvati for family welfare. Bhuma Devi for intelligence and mercy. Lord God Indra for fulfillment of all wishes and desires. Then Yama for extended life and longevity. Kamadeva for luster and beautiness. And finally, they will offer the 10th different kind of flower to Lord Brahma to eradicate all the poverty from the earth. So that is one of the reason you will see in our temple during the Vaikuntha Ekadasi day. Of course, in Kerala tradition, they offer Dasha Pushpa, 10 Pushpa, whereas here we offer Dwadasha Pushpa. Not only 10, there is 2 extra is added. So 12 varieties of flowers are offered as a Dwadasha Pushpa Mandala Aradhana, we say. and it is also called as Pushpayagam. So you will find in several Vishnu temple they offer variety of flowers for various prayers and offer it. So like that, that is about the Mãrgašira month or the Dhanurmasa. Let us look at one more month in this Hemanta Ritu, which is called as Pushya Masa, which is the second month in the Hemanta Ritu season. So, like Mãrgašira, the Pushya or Pushyami or Thai, all derived from the star constellation Pushya or Pushyami Nakshatra or Pusa Nakshatra, which is seen closer to the moon on the Purnima day of Pushya Masa under the lunar calendar system. Whereas in the solar calendar month, it is referred as Makara Masa, or that means the sun moves out from Dhanur Rashi and stay in Makara Rashi for 30 or 31 days. This Makara Rashi is called as Capricorn and in the zodiac sign, English name. So in Sanskrit literature, Makara means it's one of the sea animal, which is large sea animal. Makara means one of the large sea animal. We can consider, for example, a crocodile or a large sea goat or large fish. They are all referred as a Makara. So the sun and why I'm trying to talk every time talking about sun, moon, and things like that. We are all in Earth. So the moon, sun, and Earth are most glorious and important cosmic bodies in our planetary system. So every movement of sun and moon, or sun-centric or moon-centric or earth-centric event, becomes very important for our spiritual, religious, and cultural importance. So in this particular month, the sun journey is getting shifted from southward towards northward. So this particular month of Pushya Masa is also called Uttarayana Punya Kala. On the very first day of Makara Masa is called as Uttarayana Punya Kala. And what is the religious significance of this? So there we should look before going further. I should give a small incident about. I should talk about a product called honey. Everyone knows, no, honey is a very good product. So there is a connection between honey and Makara Masa. And honey has got a very important role in many religion and symbolism across the world. You will see if I have time, I can quote in every faith what has been told about honey. Okay, this is apart from the medicinal usage in Ayurveda of using the honey for eliminating all the ailments, and also in many cultures, honey has an association that goes beyond usage as food also. So one is religious usage, one is medical usage, another is a food aspect. All these things have to be, there is a connection with Makara Masa. So in Hinduism, honey is, in Sanskrit literature, honey is called as Madhu. You will see Madhu is one of the 5 elixirs of immortality. We call it as a Panchamrita. No? Everyone must have heard about Panchamrita, in which honey is one of the important ingredients in Panchamrita. Not only that, in temples you would have seen honey is offered over the deities as Madhu Abhisheka or honey Abhisheka or Ten Abhisheka, which is another significance. Of course, the Veda and other ancient literatures and Puranas mention about the usage of honey as a great medicinal product and also as a healthy food. Now, I will, instead of giving more example of other faith, I will give at least in Buddhism, if you take, honey plays an important role in this month. You know, they call, like we call as a Purnima in this month as a Taipusam and things like that. They call this Purnima as a Madhu Purnima. So Madhu is honey. So the Purnima day is called as a honey Purnima or Madhu Purnima. So let me give example from Shaiva Agama's side. So Lord Shiva, it's said to be having a liking for honey. That too, specifically extracted. You know, honey is extracted by bees, honey bees. And which kind of bees? And Shiva like? Shiva like the honey if it is extracted and collected by the baby honey bees. He liked the baby bees so much, it said. And then the Kamika Agama Uttara Bhaga, which is 9th Patala, in its Pushya Masa Kshautra Puja Vidhi, it quotes Pushya Mase tu Pushyarkshe Kuryat Kshaudra Abhishechanam. That is why honey Abhishekam is done. And also in Karanagama 31st Patala, it refers to the same in the Pushya Masa Madhu Puja Vidhi, it says. So it says entire Pushya Masa, you should do Madhu Abhishekam or the Honey Abhishekam. That is why even in this month, you will see Lord Ayyappa Puja is done with Madhu Abhishekam. Vishnu have a Madhu Abhishekam. Siva also will have, or every deity will have a Madhu Abhishekam throughout this month. Now on the Purnima day, as I told, there is a something festival called Thai Pusam, which is celebrated as a grand festival, which is dedicated for Lord Muruga or Kartikeya, which is observed in this month on the day of Purnima, coinciding with the Pushya Nakshatra. So it is called as Pushya Purnima or Pushyami day, which is on the Purnima day. Thai Pusam is also done where they offer honey and milk, everything to Lord Muruga. Now there is one more festival or Vrata, which is observed in this Pushya Masa. It's popularly called a Shula Vrata, because the honey is also used in medicinal field. So to signify its importance in the medicinal field, Shula Vrata is observed. Shula means it is one of the ailment, and that too it is not just an ailment, it is a very severe ailment. To get rid of severe ailment, a Shula Vrata is observed in this month. And again, the Shula Vrata is one of the Ashtamaha Vrata. It is one of the 8 austerities to be observed by Shaivites in this month. The prayer is offered to Lord Shiva along with Uma. And that is why people call this Shula Vrata as also referred as Uma Maheshwara Vrata. Not only a Shula Vrata, they call it as Uma Maheshwara Vrata. And they will have fasting, they will visit the Shiva temple, and they donate to poor and needy, which are all part of the Vrata. And observing this Vrata would get one victory also, not only for getting rid of terrific diseases, but also to have a victory from enemies, and also for the prosperities. Finally, you will also see, you remember I told you during this season, Hemant Ritu, one pray to Lord Shiva in the Himalaya mountain. And that is also explained in Skanda Purana. You will see Lord Veerabhadra explains the greatness of this Vrata to Bhanukamba. Of course, it will take a lot of time for me to explain. If you refer to Skanda Purana, it gives more details about this Vrata. I think I have taken long time in explaining in Vrata or the observation of festivals and events during Mãrgašira and the Pushya Masa, which is part of Hemant Ritu. Thank you, Manasa.
Thank
We'll
you
go to the question.
Thank you for that wonderful explanation. There are a few other religious observations during this current season, such as Hanuman Jayanti, Ayyappa Mandala Puja, Makara Sankranti, or Pongal. So could you please briefly tell us about these festivals for the benefit of our viewers?
Okay, actually, it's thanks for reminding. These are also important event observed during this same season. But I just thought, if time permits, I thought I can explain about it. But we have a few more minutes to go. So let me explain. I think you wanted to know about Hanuman Jayanti and Ayyappa Mandala Puja and Makara Sankranti, is it not? So let me first explain briefly, quickly, all these three. What is Hanuman Jayanti? So I have to first explain. Hanuman Jayanti is not that easy to explain in a short word, because among Hindus, this particular event, which is Hanuman Jayanti, is being observed on different period of time, based on individual traditions, based on individual sampradayas. Hanuman is one of the important avatar. It is said that Hanuman is a Rudramsam also. And it is very important avatar, very important divinity, as narrated in our great epic Srimad Ramayana. And various, of course, Ramayana, we have, apart from the original source, which is Valmiki Ramayana, there are several Ramayanas which gives the instances about Hanuman Jayanti. One thing which is common across all Ramayanas or all tradition is Hanuman Nakshatra is said to be Mula Nakshatra. There is no difference among any of the Sampradayas. Similarly, Hanuman is said to have taken birth on a Tuesday, which is called as Mangalwar. So Hanuman took birth on Tuesday. Hanuman Nakshatra is Mula Nakshatra. These two common among all. But observation of Hanuman Jayanti thus varies. If you look at in our temple, for example, the Hanuman deity is installed as per the Pancharatra Agama of South Indian tradition. and hence in our temple it is observed on a Mula Nakshatra day in the solar calendar month called Dhanur Masa or Mãrgašira Masa. This is as per one sampradaya. I will quickly quote other sampradayas, then we'll go to the next one. So the other some tradition says it observes on Chaitra Purnima day or Chitra Purnima day, which most of the North Indians do observe. Now there is another day which is called as Vaishaka Krishna Dasami day, which is 41st day from the Chaitra Purnima day, is observed as Hanuman Jayanti, mostly by Telangana and Andhra Pradesh side. Now, if you take in Karnataka, it is observed on the Shukla Paksha Trayodashi day in the same Mãrgašira Masa in Karnataka states. Whereas if you take a Bengali tradition and Odisha tradition, they observe it on the first day of the Chaitra Masa, which is called as Panash Sankranti. We call it as a Makara Sankranti day. On the Makara Sankranti day, they observe the Hanuman Jayanti. So that's about the Hanuman Jayanti. Of course, Hanuman is a very great divinity as narrated in Ramayana. I think it requires a lot of time to talk about Lord Hanuman. And Mãrgašira or Dhanurmasa is one of the important day for Hanuman also. Now, the next you asked about Ayyappa Mandala Puja or Ayyappa significance of it during this time. See, the devotees of Sabrimala Sri, which is the source for the Ayyappa, which is in Sabrimala, situated in Kerala state of southern India. The devotees of the Sabrimala Ayyappa, they do observe austerities or vrata from the first day of Vrishchika Masa or Kartika Masa, very first day of Kartika Masa of the solar calendar till the Makara Sankranti day, which will span across this first day of Kartika to Makara Sankranti about 60 days. And these days are treated as a mandala period. Mandala is like Ritu is a period, mandala also referred for a period. So it is said that the Makara Sankranti day, on that particular day, you will find one of the star in the sky will be seen thrice. That too, it is said to come very closer to the Sabrimala Ayyappa shrine at the Kerala state in southern India, and it is referred as Makara Jyoti. Makara means the month name. The star which comes closer to the Sabrimala shrine, and it will blow light, and then it will go off. So that is called as Makara Jyoti. And to signify this celestial event, the temple will light an array of lamp throughout the temple, and devotees also will undergo a very strict discipline for a period of 41 days, which is also another mandala, sub-mandala among the 60 days. So they observe 41 days vrata, and then they wear Rudraksha beads or a Tulasi mala and follow the traditional dress code and maintain vegetarianism along with fasting. And they also keep chanting and praising the Lord. They maintain Brahmacharya Vrata during this 41 day or 60 days, and they visit Sabrimala shrine and then climb the sacred 18 steps. That's why you see in the picture, Lord Ayyappa is on the. Of course, if you have to talk about 18 steps, it has a lot of significance also. And they offer rice, coconut, and ghee, carrying it on a two-part cloth bag. Basically, there is a two-part bag which on their head. This two-part bag, what they carry, the offerings are called as irumudi. Irumudi means there are two. Iru means two in Kerala, in Malayalam. Mudi means the knot. So there will be two bags containing all these offerings to Lord Ayyappa and tie it and carry it on their head. So which is called as irumudi. So that's about the Ayyappa Mandala Puja, which is a golden time, no? Hayamanta Ritu, golden time. So this time they offer special puja for Ayyappa. Then last one you asked about Makara Sankranti. I think quickly I will give a brief about Makara Sankranti is also referred as Pongal in some tradition, and it is referred as Lori in another tradition. Of course, this across Hindu faith, this is celebrated across the world, extending to 5 days. And this festival is dedicated to Lord Sun God, because the sun is turning towards northern hemisphere, which is Uttarayana Punyakala. So people pray for the sun god praying for a good harvest, because without sun you can't do good harvest. They will also honor all the cattle for their help in agricultural field. And why they call this as Makara Shankranti, even though every month the sun transmigrate from one Rashi to another Rashi. That's why 12 Rashis, 12 month we have. So Samyak Kranti iti Shankranti. That's what Sanskrit literature talk about it. That means it means the transmigration of sun from one zodiac sign to another. But especially this Makara Shankranti, this transmigration is very important in the solar calendar system, because as I told, it is shifting from the southern hemisphere towards the northern hemisphere, and from Dakshinayana it turns towards Uttarayana, and that is one of the reason. And here also this Makara Shankranti, as I told, it is celebrated across different faith. I will give you example of how Hindus and Buddhists, Jains and Sikhs observe this. The reason why I'm saying is because the sun stands for the Pratyaksha Brahman. Whether we see other gods or not, but we could see the sun with our own eyes. So that is why it is called as Pratyaksha Brahman. And it is a manifest God, which symbolizes the one. It's non-dual, self-effulgent, glorious. Without its glorious thing, no, we will not have the nature light in the earth. And it is a very glorious divinity. And not only that, it functions tirelessly round the clock, without any taking any break. Sun does not take any break, no, and it transcends the wheel of time also. Based on the movement of sun, apparent movement of the sun only, we derive our time cycle also. So that is the significance of the sun. So people pray sun as a Pratyaksha Brahman, and because of its glorious things and important cosmic body in our planetary system. And every sun centric, of course, also moon centric and earth centric, we do important spiritual, religious and cultural events are derived by our Dharma Shastras. Makara Sankranti is one among them. I will give, before a closing, I will give a quick example of how in each tradition, in Hindu and Buddhist and Sikh and other faith, Buddhist faith, observe this. So in Andhra Pradesh, sorry, if you talk about Andhra and Telangana, they talk about Bogi Pallu or Bogi Mantalu or Pongala, like that. In Tamil culture, they call it as a Bogi, Pongal, Matu Pongal, Harvest Festival, Kanum Pongal, like that. Because this festival is celebrated, no, 5 long days. And if you look at the Uttar Pradesh or Manipur, Bihar, Orissa, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Maharashtra, Karnataka, all these places, they call this event as a Makar Shankranti. Same festival called in different names. In West Bengal, not only they call it as a Makar Shankranti, they also do important event called Ganga Sahar Mela. You will find millions of people take a dip in the sacred Ganga river, which flows through West Bengal. Similarly, in Gujarat and Rajasthan tradition, they call it as a Uttarayana Punyakala and Uttarayan festival. And very special this thing they do is they because of the cosmic energy they want to see the sky and feel the cosmic energy. They will fly the kite. They call it as a kite flying festival. Of course, now this kite flying festival is very popular across the world also, but specifically in Uttarayana Punyakala, because you need to observe the ozone, from the atmosphere. You should get a cosmic energy. So that is why they do kite festival. And Himachal Pradesh, they do like they, instead of calling it as a Makara Shankranti, they even in Nepal they call it as a Mage Shankranti or Magi Shankranti. In Punjab they call it as a Lori, which is a harvest festival. And they also have, like I said, in Shiva they celebrate in a dancing Shiva. In Punjabi Sikh tradition they also do a Jahangir dance. The Jahangir dance is very popular at this point of time. In Buddhist tradition, they also they call it as I told you, like Tingyon and so many other names they celebrate. They call it as a Madhu Purnima day, like that. Okay, so I think I have taken for this question also a lot of time. So maybe I think time is up. Do you have any viewers' question? Let us start addressing any viewers' questions also now at this point of time.
Sure. So we have one question from the audience. It says, why do we read Thiruvempavai and Tirupavai in temples during the early morning time every day of this Mãrgašira month?
Okay, okay. Especially in southern India or the Tamil culture, this is being done, and it is one of the very ancient tradition to sing both Tiruvampavai and Tirupavai in temple, or at home, or at a common public place, or in ashrams, or in mutt, everywhere. This is being done because, as I told you, this Margasirisha month is the Brahma Muhurta time for Devas, and it is an early morning time for us. So every one of us should get up very early morning during Margasirsha month. And what people normally does is soon after they go to the congregation or meet commonly, they will light the lamp and chant Tirupalli Aichi before chanting even Tiruvambavai or Tirupavai, which is this Tirupalli Aichi is the uh, divine waking up song. So they just because it is from the night time, the all devas or the cosmic thing, they are waking up. So there is a song called Tirupalli Ezhichi. It's a divine waking up song. Soon after the completion of chanting of Tirupalli Ezhichi, they will chant in Shiva shrines Tiruvambavai, and in Vishnu shrine Tiruvambavai. And this is observed by a lot of women folk also, especially among unmarried girls. They observe it like a penance, or they do a religious vow to seek good spouse, because which is an attraction for them to wake up early in the morning and enjoy the cosmic rays, and then do a prayer. So Tiruvampavai is a very popular collection of song in praise of Lord Shiva, and it was composed by the saint poet Sri Manikavasagar. That is why in the Arudra Darshanam day, the Manikavasagar's Tiruvasagam is being chanted, Tiruvambavai is being chanted, and every day also it is being chanted. So Manikavasagar, Saint Manikavasagar is also honored on the Arudra Darshanam time, because he is the one who composed this Tiruvambavai. And this Tiruvambavai can be found in another forms part of Tiruvasagam, which will be seen under volume 8 of 12 Tirumurai. They call it as a Panniru Tirumurai, 12 Tirumarais. And it is a canonical Tamil Shaiva Siddhanta text. In the same way, similarly, Tirupavai is also a collection of songs in praise of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna, specifically, composed by women saint poet, none other than Sri Andal, is one of the Alvars. Sri Andal has composed this Tirupavai. It also forms part of 4000 Divya Prabandha. It's called as Nalayira Divya Prabandham. It forms part of Divya Prabandha, which is also a devotional Tamil literatures. So both Tirupavai and Tirumbambavai has got a lot of significance in this. So I think let us see if any other questions related to the subject. If you find, we can take it up. Otherwise, I'm also going through the comments.
Yeah, there is one question actually.
Okay.
It says Tiruvampavai can be chanted in other months too.
Obviously, both Tirupavai and Tiruvambavai can be chanted across the year, but specifically in this month, because the text has been compiled in such a way you can either sing one per day or all per day, because it is part of 4000 Divya Prabandham, and in Vaishnava sect Tirupavai. Similarly, Tiruvambavai forms one of the under the Manikavasakar's Tiruvasagam, which is again form part of Panniri Tirumarai, which is a great text. So whether Divya Prabandha or Tirumarai, it is all chanted all over the year. There is no strict rule, but specifically people chant because it's very apt to be sung during the Margasirisha Masa, and that too early morning. The prayers are made in such a way that it prays, like I said, no, there are Dasha Pushpam or Dwadasa Pushpam. We pray different divinity to get knowledge and skill set at this point of time. It's very aptly chosen for this period of time. There's nothing wrong in chanting in other period of time. Thank you.
Thank you. So that seems to be the last of the audience questions for today. Thank you so much, Sivachariar ji, for this very interesting and informative talk today. This concludes our program, and thank you to all the viewers who joined us, and we would like to share some of the upcoming events at the temple. So we have Makara Sankranti, which will be observed on Sunday, January 14th. So the sun moves to Makara Rasi, and the occurrence of Uttarayana Punyakala is at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aditya Hridayam and Aruna Parayana chanting and Navagraha Abhisheka will take place in the morning. Irumudi Puja and Ayyappa Abhishekam will take place in the evening. Taipusam will be observed on Thursday, January 25th. Palkodam and Abhishekam for Sri Valli Devasenya Sameda Sri Shanmukha will be performed. And for the benefit of all the devotees, the temple has organized online Divya Prabandham classes every Tuesday and an online Veda class for adults every Thursday. So this is a rare opportunity to learn the chanting of Vedic verses directly from our priests, and we will commence the chanting of Ashwamedha Parayana on January 18th. So those interested in gaining knowledge on chanting the Ashwamedha mantras are requested to register through the temple's website. So thank you again to all who joined us today, and we look forward to seeing you at the temple.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.